Hey guys, UncommonRamen here. Today we're going to take a look at DC Deckbuilding game Crisis expansion pack number 4. So this Crisis pack is the one that teams up with the Teen Titans DC Deckbuilding game standalone. So I actually am not horribly familiar with this Crisis. So let's just dig in. As per usual, all the shrink wrap has been taken off and everything. I have not sleeved these guys. I've actually been kind of behind on all that. But let's take a look at the rule book really quickly. I did take a quick glance at the rule book. So I got to see some of the cool stuff in here. But we'll just run through this really quickly. There's not a whole lot different between this and obviously the previous crises, I guess. But you know, there's some little differences, so I might as well show it all off. And that is your rule book. Now, just like when I did the new gods and all that other stuff, one of the biggest things that I was looking for in particular was this guy right here, which is the divider for the multiverse box. This way you can still use your multiverse box and use this expansion with it. Not expecting them to forget that in the future, just, you know, it's nice that they include it, and again, it's still that nice plastic, very durable. And of course, with that also came randomizers. Let me go ahead and find those really quickly. Well, I guess one randomizer. It's going to be this guy right here. And that way, when you're picking out with the multiverse rules, the sets that you want, you also have this available. And you don't necessarily have to play Crisis mode when you pick these, because there are non-Crisis characters in here as well as non-Crisis cards that kind of just add flavor to it. So it's just something to be there. If you want to play Crisis, then you can, because it can be an interesting cooperative play. So then we'll go over the Crisis superheroes. We got Beast Boy here in Crisis mode. Blue Beetle, Kid Flash, Raven, which some really cool art, by the way. I really like that new Raven art. Red Robin, Starfire, Superboy, Wonder Girl. And then we go into new heroes that are non-Crisis that you can play for a non-Crisis game. Again, these are geared towards the Teen Titans expansion, but you can use them for anything. You'll see one that I'm kind of like a little on the fence about, but we have Arsenal here. Donna Troy. So here's the one where I kind of feel a little on the fence. It reminds me of Batgirl. So Nightwing. Once during each of your turns, if you control 3 or more non-starter... Oh, I read that wrong. Non-starter cards. Never mind. That's actually pretty good. I thought it said starter cards, and I was just like, why are we going back to this whole keeping starting cards in your deck? No, that's actually decent. We have Omen, Tempest, and the Flash. So the Flash makes his appearance here. Again, I'm not familiar with this Crisis, so I don't know why he makes his appearance here, but he does. And if you recall, he is part of the original set as well. And then these are the cards that are given... Actually, let's sift through and take all the crises out. And we'll actually go ahead and sift through and take all the supervillains out as well. If I can find them. Supervillain. All right, and we'll look at just the cards that are going to be added via this expansion. So we've got Ancient Map ×2, Biometric Exosuit ×3, and I don't know what the U means. I'd have to look at the rule book, but that's one of those new things that changes with this game. We have Water Bearer ×3. We have Birthday Cake ×2. Damian Wayne, who I was under the impression was dead. Donna Troy, Omen, Wally West, Infinity Island, cool new location. Titans Together, got 2 of those. Vigilant Guard, got 3 of those. Warm Embrace, they seem to be very happy to see Flash, so I'm assuming that something horrible happened to Flash, and now he's back. Or this is before he gets something horrible happening to him. We have Blank. Oh, I guess the U is Unity, and his ongoing just allows you to have that Unity forever. I don't know. We have Mara Al Ghul. I wouldn't have expected the entire family to be evil, I guess. Talia and Raz were obviously evil. I would have figured at one point in time one of them would have broken the mold, but I guess not. Nightstorm, there's 3 of him. Plague. And Stone. So those are the cards that you'll add to the game, regardless of whether you're playing Crisis or not. I don't know if these cards would be any good without Teen Titans expansion, but I guess that's just what we'd have to find out after playing. So next up is the supervillains. So we got Blackfire, Impossible Mode. Brother Blood. Cheshire. Clock King. Crisis Dr. Light. Harvest. Simon. Slade Wilson. Crisis Superboy Prime. Terra. The Brain and Monsieur Mala. And then Crisis Trigon, followed by Crisis Troya. Those are your supervillains. Impossible Mode. They actually have Crisises named in their name. Crisis Troya, Crisis Trigon, Crisis Superboy Prime, and Crisis Dr. Light. I don't know what that means, but seems interesting. And then last but not least, we have our Crises. So we got Depowered, which looks like he is literally losing the power of his suit. Inflated Ego, which I wouldn't have pegged anybody in the Wayne family as having an inflated ego. Insecure. Malfunction, which just looks horrible. I'm sorry, Cyborg. That does not look like it's fun. Out of Control, which kind of is a thing that Flash does a lot. Sudden Loss, and this is where I get the idea that, so at some point in time they lose Flash, and at some point in time they get Flash back, or they get Flash and everyone's happy to see him, and then they lose him. I don't know. But something happened, and it happened to Flash, and it was obviously horrible. And why is Flash almost always part of all these crises? Like, why is he always causing problems? Survivor's Guilt. Trial by Combat. This is Mara and Damian, and it doesn't look fun. Unappreciated. I don't know if that's Damian feeling unappreciated by the rest or whatever, but again, that's a Wayne thing. Unrequited Love. That's an Arsenal thing. He always seems to get spurned. Villainous Lineage. And Weakened Heart. And on a Flash card again. So again, something's wrong with Flash. So that is Crisis Expansion number 4. Again, very glad that they keep giving these guys out. I know that they should, but it's not unusual to see something like that just fall through the cracks. We got some really cool new oversized heroes. Flash is back, which is kind of neat. We haven't seen Flash since the very beginning. The crisis itself looks really interesting. And it's very clearly Teen Titan oriented, which probably my favorite DC superhero team has got to be Teen Titans, even though I know nothing about this crisis. So it's been a while. I haven't read a lot of DC comics recently. But it's very reminiscent of every other crisis pack that's come out. So basically, you're going to receive your crisis superheroes for the cooperative version, then you're going to receive a handful of new Teen Titan heroes to just kind of mix with the Teen Titan set, as well as some new cards with interesting little abilities and a hint at a story that just seems kind of sad, and this cool little divider. If you have the multiverse box, then hopefully this will fit, because I know that in my multiverse box I am running out of room. Everything I have is sleeved, except for obviously the heroes, because I can't find anything that fits exactly the hero size. But yeah, I don't know. I hope it fits. We'll see. Until next time, guys. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Every time I get a subscription, I get one step closer to an actual URL, and I love the support. Your support helps me bring more content to the table. So yeah, consider that subscription, and always leave comments. I try to get back to them as soon as possible. I use them for suggestions for videos in the future. Just let me know what you guys think, and until next time, guys,